I am Renukadevi, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Technology, Vellalar College for Women. This video is on software development lifecycle models. Here we will go through the Waterfall SDLC and the VModel. So let us start with the Waterfall SDLC. SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. Here we will discuss what is the requirements of the following software development lifecycle when developing software. We know that more software is quite complex, so it is not simple to go directly from the requirements to the software and be able to use it. So obviously we know that the problem has to be broken down into simpler parts. So the SDLC gives a way in which we can divide the activities of the software development into individual activities and how those activities are done, that is one after the other or in parallel as the case may be. So the software development lifecycle is really a sequence or a set of activities that has to be done one after the other or maybe with bit of an overlap, so that the software can be developed with the quality and meeting the requirements. Sometimes instead of SDLC, people refer to it as the model. So you may have heard about the waterfall model or the iterative model or the agile model, like etc. It is a simplification of the overall process. Instead of specifying the entire software development process in detail, the process is abstracted so that only the major activities in the process are shown. So let us start with understanding the waterfall SDLC. The very first activity that is done in the waterfall SDLC is the requirement analysis. Now the requirements are obtained from the users, and there are many different ways can be used to illustrate the requirements from the users, like asking them questions or asking them to fill up a form or to show them some mocked up screens and ask their inputs on those. A very popular way of capturing the requirement is with the help of use cases, which walk through a typical scenario of what the users would like to achieve in the system. So for example, in case of an e-commerce enabled website, so they can be the major requirements around searching the products in that website and the shopping cart functionality and then some administrative functionality in the website. So all the requirements are analyzed and documented, and also make sure that the requirements are unambiguous. That means the requirements are very clear. There are no conflicting requirements, and also the requirements are testable. That is, it should be possible to test out the requirements. So the output of the requirement analysis phase is the requirement document. This is the main requirement document for the entire system. The next task in the waterfall SDLC is the system design. So the earlier phase of requirement analysis is resulted in the requirements documents. Then the another team goes the task of designing the overall system, that is what is going to be just at a high level, and what will be the system and what will be the different major parts of the system, and that means what will be the software architecture and what will be the main parts of the user interface of the system, and what kind of data structures it will use. For example, will it use a database or will it get data from the web services, and what kind of major reports are required from the system. So the software design phase produces the entire software architecture, and it is also a description. So that the description is called system specification. It is a kind of a high level design. Now once the design is complete, then the coding can start. So the coding is based on the software architecture that has been designed, and in coding the actual software code is written. So the software itself will follow whatever the software architecture has been decided, and whatever the system specification has been decided, along with database structures and database tables and user specifications and the report specifications required. The output of the coding phase is the software. The next task is testing. Once the software is created, then it is tested, and there are different kinds of tests are available. Some of the tests, for example, unit testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. So this is the overall waterfall SDLC. So now let us look at the V model. The V is an extension of the waterfall SDLC. It gives some more details than the waterfall SDLC. In the V model, it is important to remember that the activities of the SDLC or the software development process are from left to right. So first we have the requirement analysis, then the system design, and there is coding, and all the activities are the activities of development. So the requirement analysis produces the requirements document, and the system design produces the system specification, and the coding produces the software. Now continuing on, once the coding is complete, the developer do the unit testing. So so they test out each and every unit of the work. The unit is the smallest testable part that they have written. So it can be a function or it can be a class. Once the unit testing is successfully completed, the next step is for the integration testing. So in integration testing, the focus is on testing the interfaces between the units. So once the integration testing is successfully completed, next comes to the system testing. The system testing is done by the testers by using the system specification. So after the system testing have been completed, the acceptance testing is conducted. The acceptance testing is based on the original requirement documents that was created in the requirements analysis phase. So this is the overall V model. On the left hand side we can see these are the activities of the development: the requirement analysis, system design, and coding. And in the right hand side we have the testing activities. So overall it is in the shape of V, so that's why it is called V model. So that is all for this video. I hope it was useful to you. See you in the next video. Thank you.